Flappers, welcome to another video. And as you guys see right in front of us, it's not a very usual host today we have with us today. It's Mr. Bennett himself, and as you can see with his lucky usual self, he already got hit by a rock on the back of his head right at the beginning of this video. Now I want you all to count how many times he's gonna get hit throughout the video. Okay, so with that said, let me explain why today I have Bennett in front of me. For those of you who clicked through the thumbnail or maybe see the title of this video, you know we're talking about Kokomi. And when we're talking about Kokomi, if you watch the live stream, we now know that she is a healer, 100% confirmed. She is a healer on your team, is a hydro healer. So who better to be here with us than Mr. Bennett himself as the catalyst, the one and only true 6-star character in Genshin Impact. Now that's the second time. Hope you guys are counting. So with Bennett right now in the game, I find it difficult to even bring any other healer whenever I can bring Bennett. So why is that? It's mainly because Bennett serves a multi-purposeful reason to be on most teams. And if you look at successful characters in the current meta state, they don't really have to be all like damage oriented or whatnot. It's good if they have damage in their kit, but someone like Diona, they don't really offer much damage, but just the fact that she can shield, she can cleanse, it's a very beneficial unit to bring for a team, for a roster of 4, right? You want to maximize your team members. With the amount of limited slots, you also want to pour resources into characters that can fulfill more than one role. So if I leveled up Bennett, I can bring Bennett as a main DPS. He can be a support DPS. He can be a stab DPS, meaning he just come out and just use his elemental skill and then he goes back. Very, very easy to use, and it flows with every single character. No one doesn't benefit from Bennett's burst skill. Even someone like Hu Tao, who is a very popular character amongst the community, can Bennett fit. Okay, so even Hu Tao can benefit from Bennett's burst skill. Now back to our topic of Kokomi or sangonomiya. During the live stream, it was pointed out that sangonomiya has an elemental skill. So her elemental skill is the one that actually offers the healing and not her burst skill like a lot of the other healers like Jean, Diona, Bennett. So her elemental skill offers the healing. It summons this tentacle or squid like creature, and it's kind of like Mona's elemental skill, but it heals, right? It also does damage in the area. Now, with that said, sangonomiya's burst skill gives her a new stance. Like, it's almost like Child's elemental skill, but not really. But it is a different stance. She attacks differently. But here is the thing that worries me, you see. She gets bonus attack and charge attack bonuses. So her normal attacks and charge attacks now get stronger. That would make sense if you are saying, okay, Kokomi is this hybrid, offensive, supportive character, right? Because that's what the burst skill is pointed towards. But at the same time, Kokomi has no crit rate. She cannot crit. Now, I'm really scratching my head here because someone in the comments below, if you know, I mean, don't tell me leaks. I cannot respond to leaks, but if you know what or have speculations as to how this can offer benefits to Kokomi, a character that can't crit, yet when she uses her burst skill, she gets bonus attack on her normal and charge attacks. While she is a healer, right? Her burst skill also increases the healing her elemental skill does. So does that not mean that when you use your elemental skill, you use your burst skill, can you not just switch off of her and use another character to attack in the meantime? And while her elemental skill, I believe, offers decent hydro application over time, although it's not very significant. As you can see, the frequency of the pulsing is not as frequent. So it's not someone like Xingqiu who applies an insane amount of hydro on hit with any character that is on the field. Now, of course, we don't know everything about Kokomi right now. They only teased us a little bit of her elemental skill, burst skill, and her passive talent, which you get reduced stamina from swimming. But for anybody who has Kaya or Ayaka, I don't know why you'd be swimming anyways. Okay, so now let's go back to Kokomi's role as a healer. Now this is, I think, where a lot of the problem stems from as well. It's also that healing simply just isn't preferred right now in the meta. Yeah, we have healers here and there, except for the Leviathans. Most people do have a hybrid healer. I don't even want to say a dedicated healer. You don't bring Bennett because you really need his healing. You bring Bennett because, yeah, you need a bit of his healing, but you really want to accelerate the speed of your clears for Abyss or for events and certain difficult content in the game. Bennett is amazing because he offers both of those options combined into one skill in one kit. Same with Diona. Diona offers not only healing but cleansing through her heal. Also, she offers shielding as well, which is a phenomenal mechanic in Genshin Impact, and it's integral to your success in some of the later stages of the Abyss. And the same goes with Jean. She offers a multitude of reasons to bring her onto the team. She has cleanse, she has a huge AoE heal, and she also can lift enemies with her elemental skill and do insane damage. So Jean is a great example of an offensive healer that can stay on the field to deal more damage if you would like to. So if you want to look at unsuccessful healers, not saying that they are completely useless, beginner players likes to use this particular healer, Barbara, to get through the early game. She's fine through the early game, and I would even say she's okay to level up all the way to level 80 Ascension 5 if you really need her to play a big role in supporting your team. But as you get into the later stages of the game and you save up premium currency, the Primo Gems, why should you pour resources into a character that is one-dimensional? Does Kokomi offer on-field additional attack and offensive capabilities, or is she just a healer with slight attack bonuses when she uses her burst skill? Yeah, she looks pretty, she looks great, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to pull for her regardless, but what I'm looking for in a healer nowadays is how many things can they do apart from healing? Now, when we talk about Bennett, why he's so good is because he's also pyro. We're talking about team synergy, so of course we have to touch on a resonance. With currently the hydro resonance, really, oh my goodness, how should I put this? I already overheal, even though I don't put any extra resources or stats into pumping up healing. I don't think any of my characters run the maiden set. I just don't need it. Extra healing is so unnecessary. I do have certain rosters with hybrid shielding and healing, and I think that's the proper way to go. But then again, meta, cringe, ew. Understand that if you play the game, you don't want excessive healing. The only excessive thing you should be having on your team is damage, right? You can have excessive damage because right now the end game Abyss, it's time gated. You can have as much damage as you want, just clear it as fast as you humanly can. And staying alive longer doesn't really benefit you in that regards. If you're not killing the enemies fast enough, staying alive an extra 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes won't make a difference in your end game progression. The Hydro Resonance right now also doesn't offer any additional offensive value. It's just increased healing, more healing. I've made videos talking about this in that we don't need any more healing, Mihoyo. Please, if sangonomiya, right? When allied units are in her burst skill, she has a passive talent that increases their crit damage by 25%. She immediately goes up in rank. Immediately. That is what we're looking for. We're looking for some sort of AoE buff for the team when she uses her burst skill, right? Or when enemies are around her jellyfish, they also get a debuff from her passive. We don't know. There are 2 more passives that we currently do not know what they do, and I don't even know if they fully revealed her entire kit, or they just kind of touched on the highlights and the visually pleasing aspects of it, right? The jarring ones. Oh, what is that? A jellyfish. Oh, right? I don't know. So I'm really keeping my hands together. I'm praying right now, hoping that Mihoyo understands what is currently needed in a healer in Genshin Impact, or maybe they're gonna change the meta of the game to be more healing focused, and suddenly Kokomi is a must-have. All right, I don't know. Mihoyo can do whatever they want when it comes to in-game content. With that said, please comment down below what you think of Kokomi from the live stream. Are you worried? Are you concerned? Are you still pulling for her, or are you gonna skip simply because she's now going in a complete different direction from what you expected? Currently, I'm still gonna roll. All right, let me be clear with you with that. I'm still gonna roll because I'm a filthy degen who needs to collect all my waifus. Actually, no, I collect everybody, so that doesn't even matter. I'm still gonna pull. I might have to take a hit for the team here. So like, subscribe if this is what you're looking for, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.